What's up, guys, and welcome back to Diggin Sports. Today we're going to do an SEC edition of floor and ceiling. The floor being the worst possible case scenario, the ceiling being the best case possible scenario for each SEC team. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment a few things. Tell us what you think, and be sure to tell your friends. Share the video, share the channel. Let's get more subscribers in here. 1,000 subscribers equals one lucky winner for a $75 Amazon gift card. So keep that in mind. We are so close to week one. We had some games last night. Florida, they got hammered by Utah in a 24-11 game. So we're ready for week one. Week 0 is in the books. Week 1 is right around the corner, which is tomorrow.
Vandy's got to win this year against Florida.
Got to. I think Florida could be the bottom of the SEC. Yep. But anyway. We shall see. You guys ready to get into this?
Let's go.
All right. We're gonna go with we're gonna start with the SEC East first, and let's start with Vanderbilt as the floor. Where do y'all see the floor for Vanderbilt?
0-12.
0-12.
0-12.
Okay, what do you think for Vanderbilt?
4-8.
4-8.
Yes, sir.
So you don't think there's nobody Vandy can beat?
Dude, look at the past years. I mean, they struggle with FBS teams. I mean,
however they can be 1-11 because they did beat Hawaii.
Okay, I'm just saying worst case scenario.
So they can be 1-11.
You said floor and ceiling.
But I'm saying they have beat Hawaii in week 0. They did play.
Have they played already?
Yeah, they played.
Okay, well.
1-11.
1-11 then.
All right. And you said 4-8?
4-8.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. The floor for me, I think, is 3-9. We have 3 wins, 9 losses. Okay, so what's the ceiling for Vanderbilt?
3-9.
3-9. Wow. What's the ceiling for me?
6-6.
No way.
I have 6-6 as well. I think they can beat teams like Florida. They beat Hawaii. They got Alabama A&M. So that's 3 right there.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I got. 3-9.
I think there's a couple teams out there that could slip up to Vandy. Kentucky being another team that could slip up against Vanderbilt. Just something to keep an eye on. All right, so here's Florida. Where do you have Florida as the floor?
0-12.
0-12. What about Florida for you?
Okay, let's just... My floor is 4-8.
4-8.
Wow.
The floor for me would also be 4-8. What about the ceiling for Florida?
I think I got like 3-9.
3-9.
Then push over teams, FBS teams.
Okay, what about you? Where's ceiling?
Yeah, for ceiling for Florida, I have 6-6.
6-6. Okay, I got 7-5. I think Florida could squeak out 7 wins at the best. One of those wins that I will go ahead and say it. There's one team that Florida will always play good, no matter the circumstance. They will always play Tennessee good. I don't care. That's a team that they can beat. If there's a team Florida can beat, I mean, it's going to be Tennessee. I think it's always a game that's always circled. It's the 3rd Saturday in September. They always got that game circled. Then that is one game that they want to play well. And I think that's one of those 7 wins. You see all the volunteer stuff around me, but I mean that's just being truthful.
I will say this, judging by the way Florida played Utah, Florida's just they don't look good. They don't look good at all. That's why I got 0-12. They don't look good at all.
Okay, I respect that.
I think the new coach has got 4 sale signs in his yard as we speak.
All right. All right, Dad, here's one for you. What about Georgia? Where's the floor?
The floor 12-1.
12-1?
12-1.
Where
You want me to go ahead and give
you
the
mean
ceiling?
11-1?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, 11-1.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and give your ceiling 12-0.
Okay, I figured as much.
as they should be, back to back.
Where's your floor and ceiling for Georgia?
My floor is 10-2, and my ceiling is 12-0.
Let me ask you this, man: who's the two teams you think's gonna beat Georgia?
Tennessee and Ole Miss.
Wow. Okay.
Floor for me for Georgia's 10-2, and the ceiling be 12-0.
So you got the same teams beating them.
Yeah.
You see what they're both wearing, right?
Listen, he did his last night, okay? But listen. I forgot I was gonna say. I don't remember. Sorry.
The Ole Miss is a very, very sneaky team. Very, very
Like
sneaky.
last year, they almost beat Alabama.
Yep. So I mean, that's a game that's sneaky, and you also got another sneaky game that's in Tennessee. I mean, that's a tough place to play. Just ask Alabama last year.
Yeah. That's the one that I got.
Gotcha. All right, where's the Kentucky floor and ceiling?
Oh my God, Kentucky! Really, we're gonna do this? The best I got them 6-6. The worst I got them 3-9.
I got Kentucky. I got the floor being 5-7, and the best I got 8-4.
I don't know.
For the floor for Kentucky, I have 4-8, and the ceiling I have 7-5.
All right, what about Missouri?
Oh man,
Go ahead, man.
I dogged them out kinda.
Matter of fact, I don't know why you dogged them out, because they gave Georgia the best game they had last year.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I put the floor as 3-9, and the ceiling is 6-6.
Hey, I am a totally different way about Missouri. If there is, a team that can be really sneaky in the SEC East, it's Missouri. The worst for them that I possibly see is a 5-7, just right outside the bowl line. And then the best I see 9 wins. I could see up to 9 wins for Missouri and 3 losses.
I don't see the talent there. I don't see that. The best I got for them is 6-6. The worst is 4-8. I just don't think they got the talent there. They did put up one of the best games against Georgia last year out in the regular season. They did push Georgia, but I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. Yeah, at the best they're even 6-6.
The thing about it for me is, it's they have a lot of returning production, and that can go a long way in way things shape out. If you return a lot of starters,
Absolutely. But it also depends on where you play. Like we was in Mizzou last year, and now Mizzou got to come to Athens, so
yeah,
that's a loud place to play too.
What about South Carolina?
Wow, South Carolina is a tricky one for me because you got Beamer ball, then you got Spencer Rattler ball. And sometimes those don't coincide. So with South Carolina, at best, it flip flops. I got at best 8-4, worst 4-8.
Okay. The worst for South Carolina, I got 6-6. I think above all else, they make a bowl. The best case, I see 9-3. Just the one thing about South Carolina, man, is Spencer Rattler. I mean, it's I love Shane Beamer. I think he's a great coach. I think he's doing great things at South Carolina.
He is.
He's returning that program back. So I mean, as far as that goes, I love the coaching staff, but it's just Spencer Rattler, man. like I've said in previous videos, if he comes out there and he plays the way he did against Tennessee last year, yeah, sure, I can win just about every game. But I mean, you've got to play that same way, and just Spencer Rattler's
you got
just
to
not
play
that.
at that same level.
He's just not there. But the best case, I mean, I could see 9-3. How about you?
For the floor, I have 4 and 8. For the ceiling, I have 7 and 5.
What about them Vols? What about the Tennessee Vols?
I'll let y'all take this, or you want me to take this one first?
I'll take it first. The worst, absolute worst I see is 9-3. If it's anything worse than 9-3, I think we're reeling, and that's not a good sign. And what we did last year, so I can't see no more than 9-3 because I just think that's just we're reeling too much. But the best case is obviously 12-0. I think it's possible. They got a tough road ahead, but I think they can do 12-0. They just got to put a damn good run together. But it is possible. Who's next?
Sure,
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. For my floor, I have 9 and 3 as well. And ceiling is.
I figured as much.
Listen,
Go ahead.
listen. Me and Brent didn't do this together. Okay, I swear we didn't do it together. Okay, but listen, it's just a coincidence that we have the same floor for Tennessee. And ceiling, I have 12 and 0. That's case scenario.
For Tennessee, my best case, 12-0. My worst, 8-4.
Can I ask who's is all the four? Like who's fours?
Alabama, Georgia, Auburn. I don't know. It may be closer. It may be closer to what y'all said. 9-3. Maybe closer to 9-3. Y'all got me second guessing the 8-4. It may be closer to 9-3, but I think there's LSU. Y'all play LSU this year? I don't even know. No. Okay. All right. So yeah, maybe 9-3. I might go 9-3.
I think if it's anything worse than 9-3, it's
the only thing about Tennessee is the quarterback. Everybody knows he's got a tremendous arm. It's just his accuracy and how he manages the game. That's it for me. That's why I had 8-4.
Can I ask you who your 3 is? Who you think Tennessee would lose to if they did?
3 losses that I think Tennessee would lose to is I'm gonna go Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. I think that would be
Florida.
the 3 that
I actually didn't have Florida.
I didn't have Florida on mine after watching last night.
Yeah.
No way, man.
Yep.
No way.
Like I said when I said Florida, if their best case, one of those
Y'all got
7
Florida.
wins.
Y'all got Florida in England this year?
No, I gotta go to the swamp
Swampy.
at night.
Swampy.
At night, 7:30 kick, 3rd game of the year.
Hell, I'd rather play at night though than I would 12 o'clock kick. That's a no.
You don't want to go on the road at 7:30 in the swamp. That's gonna be a hostage
Y'all,
crowd right there.
Tennessee is gonna whoop Florida's ass. That's
I'm
happening.
I'm telling you.
It's
But
happening.
you want to know who my 3 was? So you
Sure.
got Georgia, Alabama. My 3rd one is not Florida. My 3rd one was Texas A&M. Because we've never played them, like,
We don't play them on a regular.
yeah, on a regular, and I don't know.
But that could go either way. The same thing could
That's
be
a good
said for
concern.
A&M.
Yeah.
A&M
As a
doesn't-
Tennessee fan, that's a good concern.
A&M, same goes for them. They don't play us. We don't
that's
play them
true.
a lot.
That's true.
And this game's in Neyland.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's a good thing.
This
That's
thing's in
Yeah.
Neyland, man. And another thing, them guys got another thing coming because we got something for their asses. Because the last time we played down there in Aggie Land, we threw a pick in overtime and lost the game. So, that one still stings. So, we got this one marked down. I'm ready for that one. I think that's a big game for us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, yeah.
But I'm telling you, write it down, put it in your books. I'm telling you, if Tennessee's going to drop any other game outside in Georgia, Alabama, I'm telling you, it's Florida. I'm telling you.
I don't know. The way they played against Utah.
Doesn't matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. Florida can have the worst team in history, but I guarantee you they will play the balls hard every time.
They play Georgia hard too, but I just don't see Florida being this year. I don't see it, man. That's why.
I don't see them being a real big
at the worst. I got them 12-0.
Yep. And
0-12. Sorry.
And another thing that I want to talk about is we're talking about the floor for Tennessee. I also want to talk about the ceiling. Why I said 12-0. There's one reason why that I look back at 12-0, and have y'all ever heard the term that history repeats itself?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. History does repeat itself. I do believe in that. For instance, in 1997, we had arguably one of the best quarterbacks Tennessee's ever seen in Peyton Manning. However, he was stubbed on a Heisman Trophy, didn't win it, and then we didn't make national championship. Didn't win the national championship. The next year prior, Peyton Manning goes to the NFL. Okay, same thing right here. Hendon Hooker led Tennessee back, put them back on the map, claimed number one, was back on the map. They were riding high. And Hendon goes down towards his ACL, takes him out of the Heisman Trophy. So there he is, a Heisman. Should have been a Heisman front runner, taken away because of injury. Now he's gone, and now here's Joe Milton. So now he's going to the NFL. Now here's Joe Milton. Backtrack back to 98. T. Martin steps in behind Peyton Manning and leads them to a national championship over Florida State. Now here's Joe Milton, followed behind Hendon Hooker. And here they are. I think history can repeat itself. I think Joe Milton playing behind Hendon, learning up under Josh Heupel under that offense, very well possible. History can repeat itself. So, I mean, it just kind of adds up. I mean, it's, if you're a firm believer in, rigged college football, history repeats itself. I mean, that's possible. So, I'm a believer in that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the West. let's go ahead and start off with Alabama. Where's Alabama's floor and ceiling? Y'all want me to start this one off?
Sure, go right ahead, man.
Here's the thing. Floor for all right, let me go and start with ceiling. Ceiling, obviously, 12-0. Obviously. The floor, guys, is 9-3. I got Alabama dropping 3 as a floor.
I got almost the same thing, but I got their best at 11-1. They're going to lose to LSU.
Ooh.
At their best, they're going to lose to LSU. And at their worst, 9-3. Same thing you got.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little different here. I feel. I even have my losses on here for Alabama as well. I'm gonna say my ceiling first, 12-0. But anyway, floor 8-4.
8-4.
8-4.
Who's the 4?
So, Tennessee, LSU, Texas, and Ole Miss.
That's solid.
That's believable.
Yeah.
What about Arkansas?
Man, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't know.
I just don't know. I really scratched my head on this one.
Yeah, I took a minute on this one as well. They're just, I don't know.
At best, I'm sorry, Rebecca, but at best, I got them 6-6. I hope they're 7-6. I hope they make a bowl for you, but at their worst, I got them 4-8.
What did you say, Savannah?
What you mean to talking about this?
For Arkansas.
For Arkansas, I have their floor being 4-8, and their ceiling being 9-3.
Wow. Believer in Arkansas.
Wow.
For me, I got the floor being 5-7. Game short of the bowl. The best, and I say 8-4. You know, so I think that's a solid year. 8-4. You know, I will say this
with the competition in the SEC, man. I just can't see that.
It's just, I mean, the way that makes me believe that is, you know, say what you want to about KJ Jefferson, you know, but he is he's been in the league for 4 or 5 years now, thanks to the COVID year. And now, you know, they're going to be one of the best, you know, quarterback running back duos, believe it or not. So, I mean, you know, experience is going to speak, I think, for Arkansas, you know, if they're going to go 8-4. What about Auburn? Auburn was, by the way, one of my teams that I think makes a turnaround year this year. So where y'all at with Auburn?
5-7, best.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
That's my worst.
5-7.
What's the worst?
Yeah, what's
3-9.
So I see you're not a believer in Auburn.
Nope.
My floor is his ceiling 5-7, and then my ceiling is 8-4.
My floor, guys, is going to be 4-8. The best, though, I see 8-4. I think Auburn could be sneaky, man. I'm telling you, you know, Hugh Freeze is a good coach. I mean, he is. I mean, he did really good with Ole Miss, and then he went to Liberty, turned that program around, made them an elite program, and now he's back in the SEC with Auburn. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, if you want a sneaky team out of the West, that's it, man. They could be one of the sneaky ones.
I have nothing against Hugh Freeze. I think he's a great coach, but he don't have the talent yet. He don't have the talent yet. That's why I got him where I got him.
All right, what about LSU? LSU, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. Y'all don't deserve number 5. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let that be known. Y'all don't deserve number 5. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Y'all go ahead. I just had to get that out there. Y'all don't deserve
LSU,
number 5.
at best, I got him 12-0.
Running the table for LSU?
Okay.
All right. What's the worst?
7-5.
Okay. For my floor for LSU is 7-5. My ceiling is 11-1.
Say that again.
My floor is 7-5. My ceiling is 11-1.
11-1. The
My
one being Tennessee.
I honestly.
Oh yeah, y'all don't play them this year, do you?
No, we don't.
They don't want to play us again. we don't came and shut down y'all in Baton Rouge. I don't want us again. I don't want that. I don't want that again. So my worst is 6-6. My best is 11-1. You know, the game that you said that
they're going to beat Alabama.
That's the game I got them losing.
Oh yeah, me too.
I just
They're going to beat Alabama.
You know, a lot of people saying, you know, oh, Alabama circled the Tennessee game. They've circled the Tennessee game. What makes you think they ain't circled that LSU game? Well, you know, they lost to them last year on some, as Alabama would say, some BS. But you know, went for 2 for the win. You know,
it don't matter how many points you get beat by. You get beat.
Yeah, but you know, so I think that's the thing. They just won't beat. And you know, now you're going to Alabama too, in Tuscaloosa.
Tough place to play.
I think that's, you're going to be your best, is 11-1. I think that's a game you just drop. All right, what about Mississippi State?
Mississippi State.
I scratched my head on this one a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
I mean, I got them 6-6, 6-6.
I'm going to tell you one thing is...
I got them middle of the road.
That's the worst or the best?
6-6. Best. Florence and 6-6. I don't know. I'm just scratching my head. I'm just scratching my head with them, man. I don't know. No, I'm sorry. I got them 6-6 best. Worst, I got them 4-8. I got them 4-8. Worst.
First thing first is, for some reason, just watching ESPN.
Oh, ESPN.
Is, they are a firm believer, especially College Game Day, is a firm believer in Alabama. And one of those reasons that they say is because of a talented quarterback, experienced quarterback.
I heard Paul Feinbaum say this out of his own mouth. I listen to Paul every day. He said he would take any one of Georgia's quarterbacks over the quarterbacks they got in Tuscaloosa. Any one of them.
And this is what I'm saying is College Game Day wants to say that, they're picking Alabama to win it all because of experienced quarterback play.
It's a joke.
If you want to talk experienced quarterback, why is no one talking about Mississippi State? Will Rogers. I mean, that man can throw that around the field, man. I mean, he is experienced, been there a long time, been in that system for a long time, and he can sling that pigskin.
You're absolutely right.
So if you're going to talk about experience, why aren't you talking about Mississippi State? I mean, the floor is 5-7, the best is 9-3.
I don't see that because defense, because players around him. I just don't see that. I don't see it.
That's my thoughts. So,
Yeah.
Vanna, have you already said or no?
No, I haven't said. My floor is 3-9, and my ceiling is 8-4. Yeah, I really scratched my
too
head
bad.
on this.
No, I gave one more win. So. All right, what about Ole Miss?
Ole Miss. 10-2.
10-2.
For best.
Best?
That's best.
What's the worst?
4-8.
This is dicey. I think the best is 11-1. 11-1 for Ole Miss, and the worst being 8-4.
You are a firm believer of Ole Miss, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect it. Okay. My floor is 5-7. My ceiling is 11-1. Yep.
That's a pretty big gap. So you're saying a lot of games could go either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the way they played Alabama last year really was.
Well, I mean that's my one loss. Is their best is Alabama. What about Texas A&M?
Wow, A&M.
What are they?
Wow.
Aggies?
Yeah. It's A&M. They're just. I don't know. For years, for 3 or 4 years now, everybody's been talking Aggie. I tell you what. This may. They're going to be better this year. I think they're going to be better. Best, I got them 8-4. Worst, the other way, 4-8. that's just the way they've been playing ball to me.
But you?
Yeah, Texas A&M. My floor is 6-6, and my ceiling is 10-2.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say the same thing Dad said was, you know, it's something been going around. Aggies. Watch out for the Aggies, and they just haven't been able to do anything except a couple years ago they beat Alabama. Was the first ranked or unranked team to do that in a very, very long time. But since then, since that game, I mean, there hasn't been anything really to hang their hat on for Texas A&M. You know, a lot of talent, one of the best recruiting classes to come through there, and nothing to show for it. So, obviously, they're having problems with developing players.
Yep.
So, with that being said, the worst is 5-7. Now, if they get developed like they should, you know, I think the best could be like 10-2. But I mean, that just depends on player development and how they develop there at Texas A&M. Guys, so that was all the floor and ceiling for the SEC. Just one thing. Let's just before we end this thing. One thing I'd like to do is who's that mystery four before we start week 1? Who's the mystery four that gets into the college football playoff?
Oh, that we just think's gonna make it.
Yeah, as of right now, who's the mystery four?
There's one of them.
Man, listen. Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Man, now it's hard.
Why are you laughing?
Cause now it's hard.
They didn't know about this.
No, I didn't know about
Neither
this.
did I.
Oh, so you just came up with it? Okay. I'm. Oh, Michigan is one of them.
Horse shit.
Michigan. Who else was there? I'm gonna say Michigan. You said top 4. Michigan. I'll put Georgia in there. Tennessee. And what's that? I'll put LSU. No, Alabama. Maybe Alabama. LSU, Alabama.
3 SEC teams. That's.
Oh, I forgot about Ohio State. That's a good team. I don't know, man. It's wild. It's wild when it's like first week. It ain't even started yet. I don't know. It could go either way, really. Some teams could show out, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, I don't.
All right, I'm gonna do mine, and I'll give you some numbers as where I think they'll fall as well. Let's see here. Number 1, believe it or not, Michigan.
I'm telling you, right?
I'm number 1 for Michigan.
J.J. McCarthy.
No way. They ain't got a defense.
Oh
I'm
boy,
so
this
excited
is tough.
to hear his picks.
Number 2. Number 2, I'm going Tennessee. Number 3, Oregon.
Ooh.
Number 4, Georgia.
You done bumped your head.
Okay.
You done bumped
You know
your head.
what? That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
You got Michigan going number 1. Let me tell you something about Michigan. Michigan's got the quarterback, and that's it. That's all they got. Let me tell you who's going number 1. Georgia's going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be Ohio State. Number 3, I give it to Tennessee. I give it to Tennessee. Number 4. Number 4. Not Michigan's not going to be there. Michigan is not going to be a thought. Ohio State's going to take care of them real easy. Real easy. Let's see. Four. FSU.
Wow.
Hold on. I just thought. Actually, no, I know my top 4. Actually, though. So.
You just said it.
No, actually, I thought of this. Now. So, number 1, I'm gonna go. I like Brent's. Like, these 2 are great, and this one's great. But I'm gonna change my 3rd. Florida State.
Florida State.
Yes, the Seminoles.
Florida State.
The Seminoles. Yes.
I can't believe that.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
1 is Michigan
That's
for me.
crazy.
2 is Tennessee for me.
You know what? And this has been true all this whole month in the media. You know, the biggest opponent Georgia's got is media. Everybody wants to tear them down. Let me tell you what. Back to back, going for 3 and 23. Keep talking them down. Keep talking them down. I'm gonna tell you what. My dog's gonna get it done, baby.
I mean, you hate on the number 1, but why I don't see quarterback Blake JJ McCarthy, experienced quarterback, and then you got a 2-headed monster in Jonathan Edwards and Blake Corum at running back, and you're playing in the Big Ten?
You have no defense, bro.
You're playing it. It doesn't matter.
You
The
have no
media's
D.
not going to look at that. The media's not going to look at that. If they run the table, go 12-0, and Georgia drops a game against Tennessee, at Tennessee, there goes Georgia. Georgia's going to drop. Tennessee's going to get the leverage on Georgia. So that leaves the number 1 spot open for Michigan. They're 12-0.
I'm sorry. Georgia's not going to drop, man.
And another thing, yeah, so, I mean, this is the way I see things that happen. I think Michigan goes 12-0. I think Tennessee goes 11-1. They drop a game at Alabama. And and then Georgia will go 11-1 and also. So Tennessee gets the tiebreaker.
Who's beating Georgia? Tennessee?
Tennessee beats Georgia. They win the tiebreaker. They go to the SEC championship. They win the SEC championship in a rematch against Alabama. So now that knocks out Alabama and opens it back up for Georgia. And then number 3, Oregon, is also going to run the table and go 12-0.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good luck with that.
argue with me. Tell me how I'm wrong. I think that's
Tennessee's
well
not going to beat Georgia. That's not happening.
That's what you think, of course,
Right.
because what's on your head. Of course, you're going to say that.
Yeah,
you're going to say you're going. I got them 11-1. What are you saying? 12-0. Okay, so you say 12-0. There's no way Georgia can be beat.
I didn't say there's no way.
I'm sitting
But it's
there,
been 2 fucking years since they've been beat.
I'm telling you right here that
How many games?
I got Tennessee dropping a game.
Count them up.
I got Tennessee dropping a game.
How many games since Georgia's lost?
Yeah,
Count 'em up.
that's fine. And what goes around comes around. So they're gonna lose. It's gonna happen. It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. So
Okay.
believe it.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right. Whatever. I don't believe it.
Yeah. You don't have to. I mean, this what we do.
You didn't think Tennessee was going to lose in Athens last year, did you?
I mean, it's a tough place to play, but you don't. What you also got to look into that game too is Tennessee took the number 1 spot, which fueled Georgia as well, which nobody's looking at. That fueled Georgia. Of course, that fueled them to go into that game. So I mean, the leverage was in Georgia's favor, but now it's in Knoxville. It's different. It's I'm telling you, it's different. It's just tell us what you guys think. So agree to disagree.
It's different.
Anyway, y'all guys be sure to tune in to the next episode. As always, here at Diggin Sports, keep digging.